Okay, good morning and welcome to our second part of translations today. We're just going to do a Bellwork for notes, and then our assignment that goes with it says translations number 2, and I'm going to get you started. So, today we'll start. Do you remember how to plot polygon ABCD, which has vertices 1A 14, B 25, C 20, and D 01 on the coordinate plane? Remember, sorry, that's glitching a little bit today. Remember that plot means put it on the graph, and vertices just means corners. So first things first, remember that our graphing rule is this. So the first one is going to tell you whether you go left. Ooh, bad arrow too. Or right. And the second one is going to tell us if we go down or if we go up. And the reason what we know about this, left means that it is negative, right? So if it's negative, we go left. If it's positive, we go right. If it's negative in this second coordinate, we go down. And then if it's positive, we go up. So that's our graphing rules. Now let's use them to plot these corners or vertices. So A is at 1, 4. So that means that we are going to go right 1, and up 4. Now this is not labeled though, so what you have to do is actually count. We are going to start at 0, 0 and go right 1, so 1 right, and then up 1, 2, 3, 4, and you just count the squares and then you label it A. All right, so let's go to B. B means right 2 and up 5. So if I go right 1, 2 and count up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, here is point B. And then 2, 0 for C means I'm going to go right 2, and then 0 means I don't go anywhere else. So all I'm going to do is go right 2. I'm not going to go up or down, and I'm going to leave it on the x-axis, and that's going to be my point C. And then point D says 0 first. So that means I'm not going to go left or right. 1 is second, so I'm just going to go up 1, and that's it. And that's going to land on my y-axis. Label that D. And then you want to connect your dots. And then you have drawn your original figure. So this is your pre-image. And so on a test, this would be your first 4 points, is to draw that pre-image that's given to you. Okay, now what's going with this is number 2. And so I'm going to slide this up. It says now graph the image of figure ABCD under a translation, which means slide of x minus 4, y minus 2. So how do we read that again? Well, let's look. So x minus 4, if you look here, minus means left. So that means we're going to slide this left 4. And then y minus 2. In this section, minus means down. So that means we're then going to go down 2. So we're going to take each one of these letters, each one of these dots, and we're going to go left 4 and down 2. So let's start with A. If I go left 4, let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 1, 2. Then you put your dot, and remember we label it A prime with a little apostrophe on it. Do the same with B. So left 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2. Put your dot, label that B prime. Now with C, left 1, 2, 3, 4, down 1, 2. Put your dot, label it C prime. And then finally with D, left 1, 2, 3, 4, and down 1, 2. Put your dot, label it D prime. Reconnect those dots. And you should have the exact same shape. You know it's wrong if it isn't, and it should look like you took this whole shape and slid it left 4 and down 2. And that is the image of your original. Okay, so that's the first part. And the second part of what we were learning with transformations is below. So if you go to number 3, it says write the rule for the transformation. So here is the transformation. First of all, let's see where we start. This says I, R, and T. And this says I prime, R prime, and T prime. It's kind of hard to see. Okay, so what that means is this one does not have the prime signs on the top. So we're going to start here and we want to land on this one. This would be where we end. So we want to write the rule. So we write the word rule. And then we have to say, what is happening here? So this, I can see it did not flip. It did not turn. So we say this is a translation, because we know that it slid. And then we have to say how far. So the way you do this is pick one dot here, right? So I'm going to pick R as my dot, and I want to land it on R prime. So I can clearly see it's got to go right. Well, how far right? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the right. So 6 units right. And then I'm not there yet, so it's clear that I still need to go down, but how far? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4 down, and 4 units down. And that would land us right on R prime, and that is the rule. Now, that's written in words. In translation notation, right, we would write it like this as kind of an ordered pair. And we have X, right? 6 units right means we go, that's an add, right? Up here from our notes above, right means plus. So it would be X plus 6. And then 4 units down means Y would be minus 4. And that's how we write it in translation notation. Okay, that's it for the lesson today. The assignment is to do the even numbers on the worksheet. There's a front and a back, but we're only going to do the evens. The one thing I will say to you to get you started is that you want to label all your corners. So let's start with number 2 here so that I can show you. So see how these corners are not labeled. You want to label them with letters A, B, C, D, E, F, and this has a lot of them, G and H. And the reason you want to do that is because then when you do the translation, you have to relabel them with new letters. So this says go 2 units left and 6 units down. So start with A. We're going to count 1, 2 to the left and then 6 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So A prime is going to land right here. Now, if I look at the shape and I know that's A, how far do I need to get to B? Only 1 unit. So I can actually redraw the shape. Here's B prime. And then to get to C, I only have to go down 1 unit. So you can draw it in by counting the units instead of counting each one to go left 2 and 6 down. So D to E is only 1 unit. So I'm going to go down 1 and label. So you're really just copying the shape that you see in a new location. All right. And so you want to make sure that you can do that. If you cannot copy it like this, then you have to count each and every one. Okay. And so that would be what that would end up looking like. All right. Evens on the front. The back is writing the rules. Evens on the back as well. If you have questions, please feel free to email me. Have a great day.